What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. I got a special guest. I seen him on my Explore page, and I was like, you know what? Man, we got some of the same principles when it comes to like mindset, entrepreneurship. Sometimes you can't find these type of people everywhere. Man, welcome to the podcast.
Man, I really appreciate it, man. I thank you for having me on, no doubt.
Yes,
no doubt.
sir. So take me on the journey, because I'm gonna tell you something. I went to your website. I went to your all your social medias. I was like, let me check them out. I do like some of the topics that you're talking about. I see you got courses. You're an author. So a lot of that stuff is big.
It is.
Some people trying to even figure out the course stuff. So I got courses. I'm an author. So I mean, I kind of understand like the mindset behind it. So take us on the journey though. Tell us, when was the first time it clicked in your mind that entrepreneurship was going to be your thing?
You know, that's really funny. I think I knew really early.
Okay.
But it really had nothing to do with my professional life. Right? Just like many people, right? I grew up in the house without my father.
Me too.
But my stepfather married my mom when I was really, really young. And, you know, to this day, he's one of the greatest men I know. But at that time, I was very rebellious.
Okay.
And basically that put me into a mindset where I didn't like people telling me what to do. Whether it was my stepdad or my teachers or anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I knew for my job and my profession, I didn't want a boss.
Okay.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
I didn't know, you know, what that path would look like, but I know I didn't want to live my life with somebody else having authority over me.
Okay.
And so that's what set me up for entrepreneurship.
You know, that I think the most rebellious people are usually going to be the most successful people, because we think outside the box and we don't want to be boxed in.
Right.
We just, the mindset.
And you always have questions, right? You can't just tell me something and I'm going to go with it. I need to know more about that.
You know, at church, they used to make fun of me. They used to say, why you keep I said, how did God make himself?
Right.
Man, God is God. I'm like, no. How did he make himself?
Yeah, explain this to me, right?
They never would explain it to me. But I always ask that question. I say that because I'm the type of person that's like, man, if you don't think I can do it, it's going to get done. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel. I'm just like
and
that.
I like people to I like to put the pressure on myself when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's exciting. So when you was 18 years old, let's take us back. You 18, and you in your teenage years, you hit 18. What was that moment that said, you know what? I can't do this. I got to figure this thing out. Like when I want to write this book, like, because it got to be something that clicked. It don't just happen.
You know what? It was something that clicked. So I was a college athlete.
Okay.
So all through high school, all through college, I dedicated my life to basketball.
Okay.
And I don't care who you are, right? If you play basketball, you're going to have a hoop dream.
Come on.
Right? You think you're going to the pros.
Hey, come on.
And so at some point, that dream, right, is killed.
Oh, man.
Or you play your last game.
It's tough.
And for me, what happened was, you know, and I was good, right? I was all district. I was team captain, right? I was good enough for my level.
Gotcha.
But what happened is I started to resent people seeing me as an athlete because
that's good.
I felt like, you know, people would always say, man, JD, if you make it, don't forget about me.
Come on.
And my thing was, if I don't make it, are you going to forget about me?
Ooh, that's good.
And so I set in my mind really early that I wanted to prove to my family and friends that I could be successful without sports.
Okay.
And so I was always gifted academically. I could pass any test that you give me.
Easy work.
Easy. But how do you translate that into a profession?
That's true.
And so, you know, you said 18. I would say that time period between 18 and 21.
Okay.
You got to figure out who you are outside of sports.
You better.
Who you are as a person. You know what I mean? And so that was my journey. And I knew that I wanted to prove to my family that I could be successful without sports. But again, I had to do something where I was going to be judged on my merits.
Ooh, come on.
And so that was my journey to say, I got to find something that I can create or that I can do or that I can give to the world.
I got you.
That's going to create my lifestyle.
And so I think that's good, though, that people, because I think when I go back and I talk to the younger kids, because I'm 46. So I go back
Me
and
too.
you too?
You know what? No, I'm 47. You know, you got to think. I stopped counting after a certain while.
So look, so I went back and I was like, when I go back and talk to the young generation, I thought, first thing is this: don't chase money.
That's a fact.
You gotta chase the vision.
That's a fact.
You got it. When I say the vision is, the money will come once you figure out your purpose. You know, that's why I wrote the book called "Why Now Is Your Time to Know Your Passion, Understand Your Purpose, and Pursue Your Dreams." And the reason why I wrote that book is for let people know that you got to find that thing that you love. All right, because when you find the things you love, it's easy to make money with it. But if you working for that thing that you hate, it's
gonna be hard. And you know, to your point, right? And I believe that too, right? It can't just be about the money, because what happens is if it's just about the money, you become willing to compromise yourself.
Ooh, that's good.
Right? And you start to give up pieces of yourself.
You do.
Just to get the money.
You do.
And so it has to be more. And the other thing about it is when times get hard and it's just about the money, you're not going to go as hard because it's not who you are.
That's true.
You're not going to give your all because you're like, I'm just doing this for money. I don't want to fix problems. I don't want to, cross any hurdles. I just need the money. And so you're not going to give everything you have to something.
That's true.
And the moment times get hard, you out. You're going to quit.
I'm out of here.
It has to be about your purpose.
Yeah. So it's like fight, flight, or freeze. Which way you want to go? Because some people, they're not willing to fight. So they're going to freeze up and be like, well, I don't know what to do. Right. You know, I always tell people this is when God give you a vision, don't let nobody else verify it but you and God.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times like when I told people after the pandemic, I opened up a podcast studio. They was like, what? A studio? You about to do music? I said, no. I already was podcasting in 2017. Me and my wife at home. And so people wanted us to rent our house out. And so I was like, man, you trying to rent my house out?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm opening up a studio. And so after the pandemic, we opened up a studio. And I say all that to say that people didn't see the vision. And
they're not going to see it.
6 years later, we did over 4,500 episodes.
Wow.
With all the customers and plus me, I did like almost 400 episodes myself.
Wow.
My wife did 150, and then we did like almost 200 episodes.
Man.
Plus all the people that come to the studio that do the podcast, all the stuff. So now people's like, oh man, I see it.
Yep.
After they can physically touch it is when they can see it. I say that because a lot of times when you going after something, you can't physically touch it. You just got to be able to see it.
It's just an idea in your mind, right? It does not exist in reality.
Come on.
You can't touch it, but you have to be able to see it clear enough that your life starts to take steps as if it's already real. You know what I mean? And so you're absolutely right. You know, you have to be able to see. You can't involve other people in their vision because they can't see it the same way. They're not standing in the position that you are.
They won't.
So they can't see it the same way.
Yeah. So speaking engagement, let's talk about that. So I see you do a lot of speaking engagement.
Yeah.
And so what are three of your main topics that you really like? Because I do speaking engagements too. But it's like I can speak on anything entrepreneurship, but it's like I have that three main topics that I can go hard. What's yours?
You know, I really feel like I can speak on anything, but the things that are most dear to my heart.
Okay.
Number one is entrepreneurship.
Yes.
But in the vein of just like you just said earlier, right? Knowing your purpose and making that into a reality.
Yeah.
The other thing I talk a lot about is sales and business development and how to grow a business from scratch, right? How to go out and get clients.
Come on.
You know, they didn't teach me when I was in my 20s how to go find $1 million clients. I had to learn it on my own.
Man.
And so I try to make that path easier for other professionals coming around.
I got you.
And, you know, I also talk about fatherhood. You know, I have 4 sons. There is no blueprint to fatherhood.
Oh, no.
Right? But we want our children to be better than us. I was blessed to have a lot of men around me growing up, right? Not just my dad and my stepdad, my cousins, my uncles, you know, people from 3-4 generations. I had family born in the 1800s.
Come on.
and that was still living when I was a young boy, right? So I had a lot of examples, good and bad, right, that taught me really, you know, how to plant my roots into this world. And so I like to teach people how to do that kind of stuff.
And I think that's important, though, because I think a lot of times people are looking for people that they can that they can see examples of.
That's true.
You know, what's crazy is I always try to tell people, I'm like, man, entrepreneurship, I used to think it was for everybody, but it's not.
It's not. No,
and
it's real.
You gotta have a different type of mindset to be like, because I love people. I deal with a lot of customers, but it's a cutthroat game. I posted a video the other day. I said, people, they say that they really want to pay for the consultation, but they really trying to study you for free. So I said, all my conversations for years now, I charge $175 for a 30-minute conversation, easily, like because
you're giving wisdom.
I'm giving you wisdom, and I'm giving you my experience through sales, through business, through entrepreneurships, all my lows, my highs, how to set up funnels, websites. Like, these are things that I have mastered, and I just would not give it to you for free. And I say that because a lot of the younger generation, it was funny because he was like, man, you trying to gatekeep? I said, nah. If it's free, you won't respect it.
That's true.
But if you pay for it, you will.
Is the college trying to gatekeep a degree?
Come on.
Or do you have to go and pay for the knowledge and the education and the wisdom?
Yes, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, you have to. And it shows that you're willing to invest in yourself.
Period.
Right? Because if you really want it free, you can go get the books yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
You can go on the street yourself and make it. So are you willing to invest?
But you want a shortcut.
In yourself. Yeah, see?
You want a shortcut.
You want the shortcut.
But you don't want to pay for the shortcut.
Right.
So, but what I learned is once you make people respect that your payment, they'll pay you.
I agree.
And that's just the mindset. So, all right, so speaking, I know you do a lot of speaking, which I like the speaking part. So books. You got one book?
I have two. I have two.
Okay, yeah. I think I've only seen one of them.
I have two. The first one is called How to Sell When Your Clients Don't Look Like You,
okay,
A Minority's Guide to Success in Sales.
And
the latest one is called Diversity Selling, How to Transcend Societal Differences in Business. It is a course.
Okay.
So the book is basically the shell or outline of the course.
Okay. I thought, because when I looked at that, I said, okay, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a course, but that is a book and a course.
It's a book and a course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so go ahead.
No, take us down there. So why should people, what's the purpose of them purchasing the book, and where would it take them if they purchase the book?
So let's say you're in your mid-20s, right?
Okay.
You're trying to figure out your professional life.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to figure out your path in entrepreneurship or business.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things that you got to understand. First, you need the knowledge and the wisdom, but that's not enough.
Come on.
You need the relationships.
Ooh, this is good.
And what happens is nobody teaches you how to build relationships outside of your natural network.
They don't.
Your natural network is the natural group of people that you gravitate towards, that you connect with, that you assimilate with. That could be your church, that could be your alumni, that could be your boys you grew up with. But what if those people aren't the people who need your expertise?
Hello?
So now you got to go out and find how to connect with and identify the people that need your expertise. For me, that was wealth management.
Okay.
I had to figure out how to connect with people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s when I was in my 20s.
Come on.
Why would they trust me to manage millions of dollars over somebody else? And so the book Diversity Selling and the course teaches people how to transcend those societal differences and build relationships with anybody, right? Because at the end of the day, and this is the thing I learned, the more value you add to people's life, the less they care about who you are and where you come from.
Hey, that's so true.
We all come into a new relationship with a preconceived idea of how somebody is, how they think, what they look like, whatever.
Agreed.
But once you meet them and they add value to your life,
man,
you don't care about any of that. And so the course Diversity Selling teaches professional salespeople, entrepreneurs, how to do that from scratch, right? How to prospect, how to prepare, how to connect, and how to close.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Because that's the sales process, right? What did I say? preparation is the first thing,
Yeah.
right? You got to prepare yourself mentally, physically,
You better.
and intellectually. The next thing is how do you go find somebody?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? I need to bring in $1 million clients. Where they at? How am I gonna go find them? And so I talk about all of the things I did.
Gotta know the approach.
Right. How do you approach them? Right. I have a chapter I call passion prospecting. Right. How to identify people for your business through your passion.
I like that.
Right. I have a chapter where I show people actually how to go on a computer and use free information to go and find people that are worth millions of dollars instead of paying for lists.
This is a course too, though.
It is a course that you can get on Udemy. I have over 50 modules.
Okay.
That somebody can learn how to do anything, like I said, from preparing in sales and business to preparing themselves to connecting with people that don't look like you to closing the deal.
I like that.
Yep.
And then, you know what? And I think the hardest part for most people, and I'm going to tell you, I was in prepaid legal when I was younger. Prepaid legal services.
Yeah.
I was in there when I was younger, though. So 6 years hardcore. Became an executive director. But I learned so much in network marketing. And the number one thing I learned is how to approach people. Yeah. That's the number one thing I learned. This is back in 1999, 2000. We had we had to pay $1 for these CDs. And we used to go hand them out to people and say, hey, you need legal services? And our catchy line was, you may or may not need it, but if I was you, I'd take a look at it. And I would try to collect everybody's number I had the CD to. If they wouldn't give me that number, I wouldn't give a CD.
Yeah.
Now that I look back, today, if you understand the difference between you can post every day or you can have one bad ad that can bring people to your funnel, you got to pick and choose. Now, I'm saying you want to post. I love posting, but I'd rather have that one ad that's really good, that's getting them to the website, and then once they get there, that's when the funnel starts.
So you know what I call that? Reversing the deal flow.
Yes.
Because in the beginning, you got to go get the business. You got to go find it. I used to make 200 phone calls a day.
Come on.
Right? But when you reverse the deal flow, you put yourself in a position where people looking for you.
I like that.
Right? They want what you have. In the beginning, that's hard to do. It's just like you plant a tree and it ain't growing no fruit.
No.
Right? But once that fruit start growing, now people coming in your tree.
Yeah.
And so there's a process to be able to reverse the deal flow, and it's based on what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's transactional business and sales. There's consultative, and there's collaborative.
Yeah.
Right. And so you really have to know your business, know your product, and know what stage or how you go and get clients. Yeah. And then the rest is up to you.
I believe you should make sure you know what the competition doing.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Some people feel like, God is going to bless me. I'm going to do it my way. I'm like, bro, sis, you got to look at the competition.
Yeah.
Because if you don't see what they got going on, you will be blind. And so that's why I tell people like me, I know it's 700 podcast studios in Houston. So how do I get a lot of podcasters? I see what everybody going on. I do it harder and better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I create a space where you can move anything around. Like you can use it over there, you can use it over here, you can change this LED screen, you can use the all white room in the back. Like I have created a space so that people, they're like, I like this because I can customize this space to myself.
Yep.
And that's what makes the game, knowing the competition. So I have a word game I'm about to play. I'm going to say a word. I'm going to give you the acronym of that word. And then you tell me how you feel about that word.
Okay.
POUR. Acronym. Passing over opportunity repeatedly. What's your thoughts on it?
Mindset. A POUR is not your pockets. It's your mindset and the way you think. Because I could lose everything I have today, but I have enough wisdom to know how to go back and get it all back.
Yeah.
But somebody who just won the lottery, they could lose it the next day and they don't know how to get that money back.
Second word is HOPE. HOPE. Help other people excel. What's your thoughts on that?
Wow. Hope. Necessary. You have to have hope. Because it's going to be times where you don't see any progress, you don't see any results. And if you don't have hope, it's going to fall by the wayside. And I tell people this all the time. A seed grows down before it grows up.
Come on.
Before that seed breaks ground and sees the sun, it has no idea that it can become a tree.
It has to be in the darkness too.
And if it does not have any hope in the midst of that darkness, it's just going to wither away and die.
Ooh, that's good.
And so, yeah, no, the hope is necessary.
The next one is rich. Residual income creates happiness. What's your thoughts on that?
You say rich, I say wealth.
Okay.
Because wealth is the separation of time and money.
Okay.
And as long as you have to work for your money, you can get as rich as you want to get, but you'll never be wealthy.
Come on.
You don't get wealthy until your income, until your resources, until your assets increase without you having to work for it.
Come on. And that's you putting things in place that has motion without you.
Right.
Without you being the person.
That's a fact.
All right. The next one is faith. For anything, I trust him. What's your thoughts on that?
Man. A mustard seed. That's all you need.
Just a little bit.
You need enough faith to believe things that you can't see, and I'm telling you, you could change the world.
You ain't lying.
That's a fact.
I tell people that all the time. The next one is denial. Acronym. Don't even notice I am lying.
Denial.
Don't even notice I am lying.
I would say that the first words that come to mind is the mirror. You got to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself.
That's true.
You can't lie to yourself.
You cannot.
You cannot live in denial.
You got to face that person every day.
You got to tell yourself that if you're going to lie to yourself,
that's true.
It's over for you.
All right, so I bring the game up because I'm real big on acronyms. Like I love acronyms. I'm working on a set of cards right now, 77 cards with 77 acronyms. One side is the acronym, the other side is the mindset of the acronym.
Okay.
And so like people be able to play, you know what I'm saying? They can read it and like, okay, boom.
And they'll always associate with that word.
They're always associated with that word. Because the thing about life, it has so many ups and downs. I tell people, the defibrillator, it's called a defibrillator, the one you put on your heart.
Mm-hmm.
When they go beep, what that mean?
It's this flat line.
When people say, my life is perfect, beep, everything's going around, beep. But when they go, doom, 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 doom.
It's up and down.
That means you live it.
Yeah.
And so I say all that because give us some of the tough moments you had that you wanted to give up. And how did you overcome those moments?
That's a good question. When I first started in this business, I said it earlier, right? They don't teach you how to build clients. And the thing about it is, right, you up against the clock.
You up against
right? A firm in wealth management give you 2 years to go out and build a book.
Come on.
And when I was in my early 20s, I knew I wanted to do this. So I said I could pass any test, right? So I got everything that I need to be there, but I didn't know how to go out and get business. I didn't know how to close. I didn't believe in myself enough that I was the person that people should be working with.
Okay.
And the most difficult time I could think of, I was literally working overnight at the casino from 11 at night to 6 in the morning. In Louisiana.
Okay.
Just to get money in my pocket.
Of course.
And then in the morning, I was going into the office, making calls, trying to build my book of business.
Come on.
And the other people in the office really didn't have that conundrum, right? They had what they needed to take care of their basics. So they could just focus on building the business. And during that time, you question yourself because you're like, do I have enough to make it?
It builds your character though.
It 100% builds your character. And this is the other thing. It keeps you authentic. Because even 25 years later, when I'm sitting down with somebody worth tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, I know I used to be eating lunch with the guys in the back room at the casino.
Come on.
Or the newspaper who had just got out of prison.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And so I can identify with any of those people and empathize with what they go through.
I like that.
And so that built me a foundation of resilience to know who I am, right? Even as I've been able to ascend.
And you know what? I think that's important though, because I do have a question to ask you. Is it easier to approach someone? Is it easier to approach someone in person or call them on the phone? Which one the most difficult?
It depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay, because it's both. You got to learn how to close both ways.
You got to be able to close both ways.
Okay.
in person is always going to be easier.
It's easier in person, you think?
Yeah, because you're just striking up a conversation,
okay,
right?
I got you.
My goal is I'm not trying to get somebody to be my client the first time I meet them.
Okay.
Now, when you up against the clock,
okay,
and you got to do it, yeah, but the thing is, you never want to approach business looking eager. Because if somebody think you need them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to delay it. They're not going to take your call. So, but in person to me is easier because that phone, I used to stare at that phone for 30 minutes.
Come on.
Just terrified before I pick up a phone call. Today, I don't care. I'll call anybody. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it's just something about the rejection.
But building that muscle though.
And building that muscle
like that.
And yeah, you got to be able to build a muscle. You know what I mean? And now I feel like I get on the phone with anybody.
Yeah.
And make something happen.
And I think that's good though. I think people need to hear that because a lot of times they don't understand the reps. When I tell somebody, man, in 6 years, we did over 4,500 podcasts. They're like, what?
Yeah.
I can show them my quality today versus my quality when I got started.
It's totally different.
We recording 6K videos. So now the quality, but that came on.
You have to learn
the reps.
Right, the reps. You learn, okay, I use this wire, not this wire. Right, this frame, not
this camera.
You learn that.
I can't have the cheapest cameras.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta get some more expensive cameras. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, I don't want to, but this is the quality I want to get to.
Right. I gotta put the lighting here as opposed to here. You learn all of those things through trial and error.
And that's building that muscle.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to say, when I went to your website, I was like, I see you had a slideshow. I would like to personally see your story on there.
That's a good. You
got a slideshow of just all your different things, but I personally would like to see you sit down and say, "Hey guys, I've been in the game 20 years," and then showing some old pictures and just telling your.
That's real. No, you're right. I like that idea
because this is how I look at websites. Because I built a lot of websites for people. I look at this. It's two types of websites. It's the website like this. If you would have walked in the door and I opened it and I didn't speak to you, and I sat down, you're like, "Hey man, what's up, Lloyd? Did I meet you?" What? You feel like we disconnected.
Right.
So when people go to websites and the video is not really speaking to them, I feel like it's disconnecting. But if you get there, it's like, "What's up, guys? Welcome to my website. Listen, I've been in this game for 20 years. Let me tell you some things I learned." So it's another feel of, and I say that because I mean, I don't know, I'm not trying to critique the website, but I'm just
I'm receiving everything you're saying.
Say, man, I would add that to it because everything else is there. The selling points, the products. I mean, it's all there.
The story, story. You know what? A lot of times, I guess, it's easy to get lost in that because you've been doing it so long.
That's true.
You don't even think people care about that, but you're absolutely right because
do.
There was a time where they didn't have people that looked like me in my business. And I didn't have anything to look up to say, this is what I want to be like. You know what I mean? So
and that's why it's important. That's important that I said, man, if you add that, it was kind of tell me, and keep it under 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying? It'll kind of tell me like, more about you. So, cross, throw you alley-hoop. Any questions you want to ask me? Because I want to keep drilling you.
No. This is good, man. I appreciate this. You know what I mean? And so you said you've done over 4,500 podcasts. I'm certain a great deal of that was interviewing people, hearing their stories.
Mm-hmm.
What would you think you've learned about human nature as an entrepreneur just from all of those discussions?
Man, that's a lot of insecure people.
Wow.
It's a lot of people insecure. You would think it's just the women with the makeup and all that stuff because it's the men too.
Wow.
And so the biggest thing about podcasts, and I tell anybody, is take each episode and make a digital product. It's important that you take your wealth of knowledge, your 30 minutes, your 45 minutes, and you turn that into a digital product. And whatever name of the episode, that can be the digital product. And so, like, those are the things. I also learned that everybody think alike. Most people think the same. Oh, that wood wall, it's everywhere. I want that wood wall. the reason why I got this LED screen is because it can change up. I can show you when we get off of here all the different podcasts that come here. It changes. We bring out the seats. We got different sets in the back. It changes the whole look, different siding. It changes the whole look of the podcast. That's why I got this. There's only, I think, one studio in Houston that has the LED screen. But this changes the game.
Yeah, I like this. This is really nice.
It changes the game. And then the last thing I learned is that people are not as they're not as confident as they look.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They just not.
That's true.
It could be a pretty lady, could be a handsome guy. They're just not as, hey, did I do this right? What is it? Oh, what about this? It's like they're in this, like, when we hear recording on cameras, they're in this like, oh. Usually I'll turn that screen off so they can't see themselves. Because if I don't, they'll keep looking at the screen, keep looking at the screen, keep looking at the screen. I'll just cut the screen off and make them have a real conversation so that they don't have to think about the screen. They can think more about the conversation.
So you think you said most people are insecure.
Yes.
And so really they're just, I guess, promoting of a side or promoting a cover of what they think the world wants to see. Yeah.
They walk around with the representative every day.
So how do they, and I said earlier, we need to be honest with ourselves. Yeah. How do you think
you can't give
they come to that realization?
You can't give a damn.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. You can't care
give
about
a damn. Hey, if I curse, if I slur on my words, you just can't care. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you be authentic. But when I have podcasts, be like, oh, I messed up. Wait, let me say that again. One more time. Wait, did I say it right? Yeah. I'm like, just have a conversation.
So you know what's funny? Because that was me. So when I first started this business, I was very insecure about the way I talk, right? Because if you really, hear me talking, you can kind of hear my dialect. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I used to have a deep, deep accent.
Gotcha.
And when you're in the business world, you can be insecure about that because you don't want to sound, a certain way. You don't want to come off. And so instead of me asserting all of the stuff I knew up here, I would hesitate because I was insecure about how I talked. But eventually you get to a point where you don't care what people think.
You can't.
And you just have to be yourself regardless.
You know what I tell people, and I told my wife this other day, you got a Lambo, but 90% of the people don't know who's driving it. They just see it and, let me take pictures, let me see. Yep. But you ride around in a car and people don't know who in it.
They don't even know.
They don't even know. So the way I look at social media is like, I did over 6,000 posts on social media. So at this point, I'm at the I don't give a damn stage.
Right.
Like I'm a post. A curse word might come out. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be authentic. What I learned is people care more about that. My next book, my uncle, he a pastor, he hates it. I don't really care. But the name of the book is How I Got to the Fucking Bag. That's the title. And it's 12 principles on how I made millions with my intellectual property, my IP address. So that's the mindset.
Yes, sir.
So I ask a lot of men, because sometimes I have meetings here with men. They love the title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they feel like that. But see, my uncle, he's so spiritual. I tell him, man, you so spiritual, you're not really good.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I tell him that.
Right.
You too spiritual, brother.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
You stuck.
Yeah,
you keep saying God blessing you, but I don't see no fruit.
How you doing it? Yeah, show me the fruit. Let me taste the fruit.
I can show you my fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can show you my fruit. So that's what it is. Any more questions you want to ask me? I'm just making sure. You know, I got a couple more for you, but
go. Let's just let it flow.
So we're looking at your tombstone. That's a deep question. What are 3 sentences on that tombstone that you want to have on there, and we can go back to your social media to verify it says that?
I want people to believe, I want to leave this world with people knowing that I inspired them, that I empowered them, I gave them something to lean on, that inspiration.
So I inspired them, I inspired them, I empowered them, and what's next? Because this is on the tombstone.
And I loved. I loved them. I try to approach every engagement and relationship with love, even for the people that don't give it to me back.
Of course
You know
not.
what I mean? I want to put that out into the world.
I like that though, because the reason why I asked that question is because I tell people time running out. My mom died at 50 from cancer. So I say time running out. But the thing is, if you lived a full life, that you died empty. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So every book, so I want people to go back to my social media and say, this was the Why Now Is Your Time guy. He talked about life, brand, legacy.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as we creating content, we creating a catalog.
Yes.
So the next generation can go to your YouTube.
I agree.
And say, man, Gardner, he was him. He was him.
So you know what's funny? I had that thought. I had this video the other day.
Okay.
And I was about to post it.
Okay.
And the music that they suggested for it, I was like, man, this sounds like somebody will play after I'm gone. I said, let me change that music. I said, I'm still here. but it gave me that thought that when I'm long and gone, people are going to be looking at what I've said. And so if it's not authentic, if it's not true to who I am, then I don't want to leave that out to the world.
And that's what I tell people, build content not only on your character, but build a catalog so when people go back and look at it, they can say, oh yeah, he was him. Oh yeah, I can follow him. I seen when he did his video. I can show you some videos from when YouTube first started. I was on there.
Yep.
It don't even look like me right now. You're like, oh, what this man doing? But I was believing, I was hustling. That's why I tell everybody, it's like, man, if you document your moments, you never create content. That's my mindset. Document every day.
That's real.
Even it's like, yo, what's up, guys? This is my diary. This is me at 46. This is day 297. Today I'm thinking about this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You just documenting it.
Yeah.
Just document it. And then you look back, like, man, I remember me and my wife, we started the studio. We was on the north side of Houston. And the first 3 months, we had no customers. My wife was like, God told you to start it? So,
you sound like my wife.
So I said, cool. Guess what? I went and got me some cards. I did what I knew was guerrilla marketing.
Fact.
Hey, what's up, man? Come check out this studio. Hey, what's up? I bought a box of 5,000 cards. Within 4 months, I had 3 boxes done.
Wow.
I'm handing them out. So now we build on referrals.
Yep.
People see it. They like, say, man, that content, my partner did post. I need that. I need that look. I need that quality. Yep. So you telling me for $385, y'all do 4 one-hour episodes? Y'all do the reels, the thumbnail, and y'all do live photos in the podcast? Man, sign me up, brother.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So like, those are the things, but we build on referrals though.
That's all.
And so once you get there, it's like, of course you still want to run your ads to get some new blood, but network marketing, I ain't gonna lie. I tell you anybody, find a network marketing company. If you just a young entrepreneur and get into it, it's going to teach you some stuff.
You're going to learn a lot of stuff. One of my first jobs in college was door-to-door sales. And I was selling
them nice
coupon. It was some kind of package of coupons for local businesses.
Yeah.
But it was in the middle of the summer, hot sun. I had on a shirt and tie, knocking on people's doors. So you learn a lot about yourself, but you also learn how to engage people, right? And how to bring down those defenses and just basically how to put that work in.
So would you rather have $15 million today or go back 18 with the same knowledge?
That's a good question. If I had 18 with the knowledge that I have now, I would have 10 times $15 million.
Okay, so you rather go back?
I'd rather go back. Give me the time.
Okay.
Yeah, because $15 million, I could leave here tomorrow.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, give me the time and the wisdom.
I got you.
And that $15 million gonna be $150 million.
I got you.
Facts.
I got you. I asked that question because some people say, hey, we take the money right now. They don't want to go back. They had a hard life. It's crazy. Yeah. But I ask that question all the time because I think it's important. So what do you, your 47-year-old self, go back and tell your 18-year-old self so that your life look different today?
I would say, listen to the people that love you. That don't mean you always take their advice, but you want to listen to them. You want to be a
good listener.
You want to listen to the people that love you and not be hard-headed. And And I would just say don't quit, right? Once you know your purpose, right? For me, I define purpose as God's original instruction in your life.
Come on.
You're not purposed to be a lawyer. You're not purposed to be an NBA player. You're purposed to lead, to teach,
come on,
to nourish,
come on,
right? To build, right? It's something, your purpose is something simple.
That's true.
That you're going to find yourself doing anywhere in the world. If God told you to teach, it don't matter if you're in a classroom or if you're in a jungle.
Come on.
You're going to be manifesting teaching. It's in you. And so you got to tap into that purpose and get through the clutter of the world. Because the world, if you don't know what you want, the world is going to tell you what you want.
It's going to tell you. And you might not be happy with it.
You're not going to be happy with it. Right. That's a fact.
You might not be happy with it. And so like, I look back, I'm like, out of all my friends, my close friends from high school, I'm the only one job-free, brother. For real.
That's real. Yeah,
I'm the only one because they got good jobs though. They operators. They making. I think one of them making like $200,000 a year. They got good jobs.
They doing good.
They doing good.
But our generation was different though because if I would have just had a job, my parents would have been like, "You made it." That's what they wanted from me.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And so that our generation had to basically fight that mindset to chase entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
This generation, they want entrepreneurship, but they don't even want work.
I don't know how this gonna work out. I know
it's different.
I know. I get some of these young cats coming here doing podcasting, and I'm like, they like 21, 22, 23. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get this money. I'm like, bro, how?
How you gonna do what you doing?
No experience, no skills.
Yeah.
How?
It's
like,
different.
Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, man. Yeah, man, you keep... Mr. Lloyd, they call me Mr. Lloyd. Mr. Lloyd, you keep it real with me, man. I'm like, dude, I'm just saying, what y'all saying is not making sense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta challenge it. Yeah,
yeah. You know, it's real. Like, well, you know what? I got you. All right, so before we close, I'm gonna say 2 words. You tell me, do you need both of them or none of them, or just one of them? Cockiness and confidence. Do you need both or none to be successful?
You need one of them.
Okay, which one?
Confidence.
Okay, confidence.
Because cockiness is what the world sees.
Okay.
But confidence is what's inside of you.
Okay.
You can be confident and nobody know. You can just be sitting there waiting for your opportunity.
Come on.
And ready. And when they call your number, you're ready.
I like that.
Cockiness is what the world sees.
Okay.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with that if you can back it up. I don't have no problem with cockiness. But you don't need that.
Yeah, I got you.
Right?
Got you.
But confidence is the foundation.
Okay.
Right? And when they come to praise your house, they're not going to praise the furniture. They're going to praise the foundation.
Hello.
The furniture could be extravagant.
Hello.
It could be colorful.
They don't care.
Everybody could see it, but that's not the value. The value is in how strong is the foundation. That's the confidence.
All right. Passion or purpose? Do you need both of them or you need one of them?
You need both.
Oh, wow.
You need both of those because the purpose is the engine, but the passion, that's the wheels that keep it turning.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You got to have something that gets you going, that just energizes you.
It's in you.
Right? Because some days the purpose, you're going to be like, man, I don't feel like doing this. Raining. I don't feel good. But that passion is what's going to get you going.
Money or motivation? Do you need both?
Listen, you need both for sure.
Okay.
I mean, the Bible says money answereth all things. Then you definitely need, you say motivation?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to have both of them.
Okay.
You got to have both. Because you can get to the bag and then you lose motivation and it's gone. Right? Somebody going to pass you up. So you got to have both.
And I ask that because a lot of times there's things in our life that we look at and we say, man, and the reason why I say cockiness, I get a chance to talk to athletes too. So talking to these athletes, they got this swagger about them, you know what I'm saying? Which is just like, man, you know, which is a form of cockiness a little bit. We're like Deion Sanders. He getting criticized for some stuff. Like, they really don't want to see him be a successful coach.
But Deion is him.
He tried to be a successful coach, but he hasn't.
But if you look at his life, though, somebody like that, he's backed it up at every stage.
He did.
Right? And sometimes the cockiness is needed just for you to be seen. Because I said that's what the world sees.
Yeah.
But sometimes the world ain't looking at you. So how you going to make them see you?
That's true.
Look at me. Look at me.
That's true.
Right? Look at these 20 gold chains.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And then when they look at you, you show and prove. So yeah. Sometimes you need that.
Yeah. That's why it's important that I get a chance to conversate with people like you. You know what I'm saying? And like myself, because we kind of two the kind of type of people. Because at the end of the day, there's so many people. I'm gonna tell you, one of my friends said this, and I didn't think about it, but until he said it, he was like, "Man, I really can't talk to you because you don't work." So I'm like, "What do you mean by that?"
You don't understand.
He said, but I said, but I try to ease the bro and say, well, I think we got the same struggles, just in a different way. You know, he's talking about, what you mean? I said, I got to get customers.
Right.
I got to get customers to keep the, you know what I'm saying? To keep the business going. He's like, oh yeah, I ain't think about that. I said, this is one. I got other business outside the studio, but I'm like, you don't understand. It ain't as easy as you think.
Right. It's not.
To keep customers. Like I got 5 real estate customers on retainers, but I go to their property, I shoot their content. They come in, they do podcasts. So like, it's not as easy as you think.
It's not, yeah.
But they think it is because they're on the outside looking in.
That's true.
They're not really saying, "Oh, you're an entrepreneur, you're successful, you good." I'm like, it's not like that.
It's not, yeah, they think it's like you build it, but then you got to maintain it.
You got to maintain it.
You got to keep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you can't just build it and say, I'm good.
Yeah, so I mean, that's important. All right, last thing. Any more questions you want to ask before I get out?
Man,
you good?
I'm good.
Okay, you good.
I can't think of nothing.
So my last question for you is this. If we was to all sit back and watch your movie of your life, what are the 3 things we need to see to highlight it? We sitting back. You in the casket. We looking at your movie. The movie's only 5 minutes. We need to see, this is the life you live. What we need to see on that movie?
You're going to see me make a decision at the bottom.
Okay.
That's going to help me get to the top. You're going to see me go through things in my earlier life that define what I believe in as a man. And you're going to see me stand for something before the world even notice that it's a problem.
Come on. That's
what you're going to see in my movie.
I love it, man. Listen, I personally want to thank you for coming on the podcast, man.
No doubt.
You got a chance to see the stew.
Man, this is a dope setup, man. This is one of the best setups I've seen, man. I'm taking mental notes on how I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and get my stuff together, man.
Nah, you good, man.
This is off the chain.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Listen, as I always tell you guys, remember, listen, your life, you gotta die empty, all right? You live full, but you die empty. That means go out and do everything you ever wanted to do. Go out and design the life you want. Create the brand you deserve. But most importantly, leave your legacy, man. As I'm telling you guys this, please go back and watch the video. Take some notes. Listen, he dropped a lot of gems. Listen, I promise you, if you go back and take the notes, I'm going to have show notes. But if you go back and take the notes, you probably going to change your life. As I always say, man, remember, life, brand, legacy. The real question is, how would you leave it? We out.
Peace.